Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being early and welcome. Today is Spatial Innovision Limited's monthly webinar. My name is Tanya Manasai. I am Vice President of Corporate Services Division here at Spatial. And Spatial is the leading geospatial products and solutions distributor in the English-speaking Caribbean. Today's presenter is Mr. Kevin Noel. He's a senior account manager at Spatial Innovision Limited, and his topic is enhancing situational awareness using ArcGIS field maps, Survey 123, and dashboard. Using the Esri ArcGIS solution, you can enhance the situational and awareness of your projects. There are a wide variety of spatial data collection and presentation solutions which can be used to streamline your workflows. This webinar focuses on three Esri solutions: ArcGIS Field Maps and ArcGIS Survey 123, which are spatial data collection tools that allow field data collection and asset management. And the third solution is ArcGIS Dashboard, a solution that enables users to maximize the analysis and presentation of their collected spatial data. So welcome again, and over to you, Kevin.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today as we explore how organizations and decision makers can enhance their situational awareness and improve communication with their stakeholders by leveraging the ArcGIS field applications and dashboards. Specifically, we will look at how ArcGIS Survey 123, field maps, and field maps can be used to streamline and enhance field data collection and communication with your frontline team members, and how this information can be used in ArcGIS dashboards to enhance data visualization, analysis, and stakeholder engagement. Situational awareness provides an organization with an understanding of its operating environment and that environment's impact on its ability to fulfill its core objectives. This understanding provides stakeholders with a sufficiently accurate and up-to-date understanding of the past, current, and projected future state of a critical service, and supports effective decision-making in the context of a common operating picture. This includes understanding the assets and other resources and stakeholders that affect or may depend on your operations. No matter your business model or focus, building a culture of situational awareness is vital as it encourages the collection of mission-critical data and facilitates effective communication across your organization in a timely manner to support strategic decision-making. Frontline workers and decision-makers alike are bombarded with a wide range of information sources on a daily basis. They need to streamline the collection, filtration, and visualization of data that is critical to support their decision-making in an easily digestible platform. The ArcGIS field operations environment is designed to spatially enable all aspects of fieldwork. It provides a number of applications and solutions that support the planning, navigation, understanding, capture, monitoring, and coordination phases of field operations. Today we will discuss three solutions used in GIS-enabled field operations: ArcGIS Field Maps, Survey 123, and dashboards for ArcGIS. ArcGIS Field Maps is a map-centric application that is used in data-driven maps to help field workers perform mobile data collection and editing, to find assets and information, and to report their real-time location. Because it is built on ArcGIS, everyone, whether in the field or at your base, will benefit from using the same data. ArcGIS Field Maps was launched in October of 2020, and it replaces the functionality of ArcGIS Collector, Explorer, and Tracker on the iOS and Android mobile platforms. Field maps support the collection of asset data in a variety of vector formats, including single location, line, area, or even streaming the collection of data automatically while walking the length of a boundary or area. There are many benefits to using ArcGIS field maps. It facilitates the use of advanced symbology and labeling, and even allows the creation and use of group layers, pop-ups, and supports the refreshing of layers to update users on changes regularly. Maps can be configured with markup layers where users can input markers, lines, arrows, and areas to donate points or areas of interest. These can be saved in one or more layers. Users also have the ability to turn those markup layers on or off, or even share them with other users. Field Maps supports the integration of high-accuracy GPS and GNSS devices. There are several commercially available GPS and GNSS devices supported that can bring the accuracy of your data collection to the sub-centimeter range. Field Maps also supports real-time location tracking. Users can turn tracking on and off maps to aid in battery saving location tracking, and can view location tracks in any map. Most importantly, locations are available in real time from your operating base or office. ArcGIS field maps allow organizations to streamline field data collection workflows, thus eliminating the need for paper-based workflows or switching back and forth between different applications. It allows users to create and configure maps to suit the specific field workflows. This includes both indoor and outdoor field data collection. Maps can be created on the Field Maps application or using the ArcGIS online map viewer or even the ArcGIS Pro desktop application. If enabled, GPS metadata fields can be added for high accuracy data collection. Z values can also be added for 3D space modeling or analysis. When maps and features are created, the user can also build customized forms for data collection, configure the map for field use, and share the map with mobile workers. Field maps are fueled by map-driven forms. These power the mobile applications for data capture, editing, recording, reporting, and completion of field workflows. This is facilitated when maps are enabled for editing and is useful for initial data collection, as well as inspecting, updating, and editing existing assets or observations. Field Maps supports downloading web maps and mobile map packages for offline use. Web maps can be used online or they can be downloaded to your device. They can have multiple offline map areas defined as part of the map or on the device, and they must be configured to support offline use. ArcGIS Field Maps supports four major processes. Firstly, the creation of field-ready web maps. Web maps can be configured to support field workflows. These can be created in the Field Maps app, in the Survey 123, the ArcGIS Online Map Viewer, or in ArcGIS Pro. In addition to the integration of high accuracy GPS and GNSS receivers, the ability to collect Z values for 3D space, and the ability to be configured for on or offline use, field maps can be configured to be floor aware, facilitating use in indoor mapping. Secondly, ArcGIS field maps generate spatially enabled forms for collection and editing of data, note recording and reporting, and management of field workflows. It also facilitates the capture of asset location or observation by either capturing multiple points for GPS averaging, capturing location data on the move as a line or polygon, copying of existing asset or observations to your current location, or capturing location of an asset or observation that you cannot get close to using the offset option. Field maps allows the user to take maps offline so they can carry out field workflows in places or under conditions where data connection is poor or absent. It promotes greater situational awareness by enabling the tracking of field personnel. Their movements and locations can be monitored either using the Field Maps app or the Track Viewer app. Field maps can be configured to utilize indoor positioning systems. Survey 123 is a simple and intuitive form-centric field data collection solution that makes creating, sharing, and analyzing surveys possible. Instead of being map-centric, Survey 123 works with forms or surveys, which are frequently used to collect information from many different disciplines. Surveys, from the very simple to the sophisticated, can be authored with Survey 123 and then shared in ArcGIS. Using the Survey 123 mobile app, teams in the field can then collect or capture survey results with their smartphones or tablets. Surveys can also be completed and submitted in a web browser. The 123 in the product name denotes the end-to-end philosophy of this product. Survey 123 provides everything you need to 1. Create surveys, 2. Get answers, and 3. Analyze results. Survey 123 can be used in the desktop, mobile, or web environments, and forms can be created using either the Survey 123 web application or the Survey 123 Connect desktop application, which is compatible with both Windows and iOS operating systems. You can create location-aware smart forms to collect information about an event, personnel, a structure, or just about anything. Surveys can contain text, audio, or images as explanatory information for the survey respondent and allow the input of the same. Child records, often referred to as repeats, can be collected in a survey, or a survey can be designed to collect or capture only information from a single entity. Surveys can be freeform or can be as freeform or prescriptive as the author chooses. Questions can be hidden or visible based on previous choices or selections, or selections can be limited based on external data, and JavaScript can be used to automate form behavior. Surveys can be completed as a single activity, or the survey can be completed multiple times. Respondents can be persons from the general public or existing users of your ArcGIS organization. Respondents can capture new records or edit or append to existing records. As surveys are completed, the results are available to the survey author immediately on the Survey 123 website. I must add that this information can also be sent to other applications using the same feature service. Answers can be represented as charts that aid in interpretation and help you make decisions, or as raw data for use in other ArcGIS apps. Results can also be exported as formatted reports. Survey 123 components: forms, web maps, tabular reference data, survey records are stored in your ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise organization. The Survey 123 website can be used to manage all surveys created, to view and analyze data, and create feature reports. When authoring forms and collecting records, you can use the Survey 123 component that meets your need. ArcGIS dashboards enable users to engage with their various audiences and stakeholders by using spatially enabled, real-time, intuitive, and interactive data visualizations on a single screen. Dashboards can be configured and customized to every environment that uses the ArcGIS platform. Now, dashboards are an important tool in empowering decision makers and members of the public to make informed decisions, visualize trends, monitor status in real time, and inform their communities. Dashboards are fully customizable and allow you to tailor your message to your audiences, giving them the ability to filter the data and get the answers they need. Dashboards are essential information products, just like maps and applications, in providing and provide a critical component to your geospatial infrastructure. There are four common uses of dashboards. Strategic dashboards help executives track key performance indicators and make strategic decisions by evaluating performance based on their organization's goals. Tactical dashboards help analysts and line of business managers to analyze historical data and visualize trends to gain a deeper understanding. Operational dashboards help organizations, or rather help the operational staff of organizations to understand events, projects, or assets by monitoring their status in real time. And informational dashboards help organizations to inform and engage their audiences through community outreach. So how do we bring this all together? At the heart of the ArcGIS ecosystem is connectivity. ArcGIS dashboards leverage all your ArcGIS data collected through field maps or Survey 123 and takes it further with the ability to bring in data from other sources, including real-time feeds, to give additional context and scope. The ArcGIS platform and the applications mentioned here today open up the power of geospatial thinking and analysis to everyone. ArcGIS Online gives you full control of sharing your dashboards so that you decide who can see them, your team, your organization, or the general public. The effective design of your form or web map is the key factor in the development of an effective dashboard. By configuring your web map effectively, you can take advantage of the best mapping functionality to improve its overall effectiveness. This comes down to how well two elements are managed: your map layers and your map design. There are three key steps to remember in the creation and management of your map layers. Firstly, set appropriate refresh intervals. Refresh intervals determine how often your operational layers update and how often the elements of your dashboard use the map as their data source updates. Secondly, exclude irrelevant data from operational layers. By applying filters on operational layers, you can control the information that is shown. Thirdly, manage operational layer visibility. Having too many operational layers in a map can be a distraction. You can turn off the visibility of operational layers on your map. In the design of your web maps, here are some important tips to remember. Set visible range. Multi-scale maps enable you to view certain data at specific scales or zoom levels. When you set the visible range for a map, you can keep the map from getting too crowded. Adjust your pop-up fields. The fields specified in a feature pop-ups determine the information displayed in many dashboard elements. Configure your pop-ups to only show the information you need. Number 3, bookmark areas of interest. You can bookmark areas of importance or relevance on a map. Dashboard users can use bookmarks you create to jump quickly to areas of importance. Style your data. A map is truly powerful because of its ability to show data in a variety of ways. It's sometimes hard to get your data to tell the right story when displayed in a map. You can style your map to display your data in a meaningful way. Fifth, always include labels for your map layers, as these add clarity and context. And finally, or rather sixth, when choosing base maps and colors for the layers in your map, consider the type of environment where the dashboard will be used. A good first step to remember when authoring a dashboard is to determine who is viewing it and what questions they may need answered. The answers to these questions should inform every design decision you make. This information is especially useful when deciding which information is relevant and should be included in a dashboard. Where possible, it's best to make a dashboard for one audience so you can tailor the dashboard to that audience's requirements and needs. Having one dashboard with information that's relevant to some users but not all isn't as useful as having two dashboards that only contain pertinent information for each audience. Only include information that the user needs to know. Information that is not essential can be distracting and decrease from the dashboard's usability. Additionally, avoid adding unnecessary visual elements and media to your dashboard. The main objective of the dashboard is to present information clearly, and unnecessary visualizations clutter dashboards. Keeping dashboards simple can also ensure smoother operation and performance. Remember to provide context when needed. There's a lot of information available when there's a lot of information available at once. It's hard to bring into focus the information you want your users to see. Sometimes the data you are displaying needs context. For example, standalone numbers are often not very useful on their own. Contextual information, such as targets or historical values, make current values more meaningful and helps users decide whether a situation warrants attention. Context can also assist users in identifying trends or patterns. You have to make good design choices in your dashboard layout. This is instrumental in its overall effectiveness. Organize and size elements based on their importance and relationships with each other. The elements with the most important information should be the largest and have the most prominent location on the dashboard. Consider typically how users read dashboards, for example, from top to bottom or left to right, and organize your information accordingly. Here is a Survey 123 form created and used by the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. This survey was created using the Survey 123 Connect desktop application. We can see that Survey 123 forms support many types of data input in response to questions: date and time, numeric, text, specified choices, spatial location, images, and even audio files, barcodes, and signatures can be used. Even more important, Survey 123 supports logic and validation rules such as default values, calculations, cascading questions, grouping, relevant associations, and repeats. These options enable survey authors to create forms with sophisticated logic that will capture the appropriate information relevant to the business needs. Survey 123 adheres to the XLS Open Form standard, the XLS Form Open Standard, and provides options for optimizing the look and feel of surveys with appearance and styling options that use HTML tags. This dashboard utilizes the data and web map generated by the previous survey. You can create and share dashboards that visualize operational data using maps, lists, charts, gauges, and other visual indicators. These dashboards are based on live data sources defined in web maps or web services. By visualizing this real-time information in a dashboard, you can provide a common operating picture for your organization that improves awareness among staff and decision makers. Dashboards aid in the monitoring and response to activities and events, and can be used to monitor assets, situations, and events that are important to your operations. As information changes, your dashboards automatically update to display the most current indicators. This level of visibility into your operations helps you better understand the status of your operations and makes tactical decision making faster and more informed. You can configure your dashboard to suit your needs. Dashboards you create are highly configurable, so you can adjust the way they work to suit your audience. For example, you can build a dashboard for a multiple display environment, such as a large screen in your operations center, for a phone or tablet, or an individual's desktop. Additionally, your dashboards can simply display live data, or they can filter and update maps and data dynamically as users interact with specific elements in the dashboard. You can add, group, style, and resize elements to provide the view your users need. Because operations dashboard because dashboards for ArcGIS is a web-based application, you can access your dashboards anywhere. You can also make your dashboards available for others, including decision makers, operations staff, and even members of the public. This allows you to deliver real-time situational awareness to anyone who needs it, no matter where they are. This dashboard is from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and displays all Category 1 crime in Jamaica and weapons used to commit crime. Strategic police patrols serve as a deterrent to criminal activity. Spatial analysis can help police operations police operational personnel determine where and when to deploy resources to have the greatest impact on crime. Field applications, such as field maps, workforce, or ArcGIS mission, can be used to send analyses and alerts to officers in the field. Dashboards can track patrol activities in real time. Command staff can evaluate mission successes using ComStat dashboards. Operations staff can use dashboards to understand ongoing events, monitor calls for service, and view personnel location in real time. Dashboards can integrate data from multiple sources, including agency databases, ArcGIS mobile applications, sensor systems such as AVL, LPR, and CCTV, and any other location-enabled devices. Here is a dashboard of historical and current disaster declarations created and used by FEMA. Dashboards for ArcGIS provide vital information functionality in emergency or disaster management. They can be used to analyze and visualize trends in historical data or to monitor an ongoing response. Dashboards can also provide an overview of the situation to understand and answer their initial questions. What is happening? Where is it happening? What are the impacts? Are there consequences? And what is the capacity to respond? This dashboard tracks real-time notices and data feeds associated with traffic information. Dashboards provide actionable views into daily operations of organizations, empowering their decision makers and stakeholders with the latest information they need to drive current and future ideas and strategies. Real-time dashboards answer questions such as what's happening right now, where is it happening, who is affected, what assets are available, and where are my people. Operations staff can use dashboards to understand ongoing events, monitor calls for service, and view personnel locations in real time. Dashboards can integrate, as I mentioned before, data from a number of different real-time sources, such as AVL and CCTV. Maintaining situational awareness is critical to response efforts. The process of manually collecting and sharing data is slow, and the data is siloed and immediately out of date. Using ArcGIS helps provide powerful mapping and analytic abilities that allow you to see what and where events are happening in real time, to brief your teams immediately, to make better informed decisions. What I've shared with you today is just a small snippet of the full functionality that the ArcGIS ecosystem brings to your organization. Whether you're a seasoned GIS user or just beginning on your journey of spatial digital transformation, Spatial Innovision is ready to help you revolutionize the way you see the world. Here is our contact information. Please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone at the Spatial Innovision team to find out how to leverage the power of these applications for the use of your community and organization. Thank you. I'll hand over to Tanya.
Hi. So thank you, Kevin. At this time, we want to invite questions from our attendees. So you can type them in the chat. Kevin, in the presentation, he did talk about some of the features of the applications, but how easy is it to edit, and who can make these edits in the applications?
The applications are very easy to edit. The editing happens within your ArcGIS online environment.
Okay.
So, for example, for Survey 123, edits can be done in the Survey 123 web app or in Survey 123 Connect. For field maps, creation and editing can happen within the field maps application or within the your ArcGIS Pro desktop applications or your map viewer application. And persons only need to have permissions at the level of their user type to carry out edits and create features.
Okay, and we have two questions coming in from the attendees. Terry would like to know, is Field Maps licensing one person user?
I believe Field Maps is available it comes available when you purchase your ArcGIS online or your enterprise licenses, and access can be enabled based on how your administrator sets up your permissions.
So, I mean, how many people do you get with a license? How many persons can use it? I think that's what they're asking. Just one person, you only get one person user can. Is it up to a number?
I think it's per license, it's per user.
So one
Yeah.
license, one user. But there is a facility for you to purchase more.
Yes, yes, you can add as you need. You can add
Okay.
users to your organization as you need.
Okay.
I'm seeing a question here from Demi, and she wants to know where is the data stored during field collection with field maps or survey 1 to 3. The data can be stored either on the cloud in your ArcGIS online organization, or it can be stored on your server if you're using enterprise. So it depends on where you are publishing and using your GIS resources from.
Okay.
And she also asks, are these all stored online? Or yeah, can be pulled onto onto a local server which dashboard are. Yeah, so it's available both online or through your server space.
What security systems will be offered in these products?
So
security.
So you can control the level of access to your information in terms of your dashboards, your survey forms, or your field maps. So you can enable them to be shared with the general public, or you can enable them to be shared only within your organization so that only your named users can have access to them.
Okay. Elton is asking, do you have examples of the use of multidimensional data in these apps? Or can multidimensional data be integrated in these apps?
Multidimensional data. I'm not sure I'm quite clear on what you mean by that.
Can you clarify, Elton? All right. While he gets back to us, Melissa has a question. Is it that data connection is required on the device to use survey 1, 2, 3 or field maps?
Both survey 1 to 3 and field maps can be used offline. Okay. You would have to pull your initial forms and maps onto the device while you have your connection, and then they can be taken offline, used, and the information can be synced when you have a connection available to you after.
Okay, Debbie wants to know, in field maps, how is each question reflected in the attribute data?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that clearly.
In field maps, how is each question reflected in the attribute data?
Each question is reflected based on the design of your form. So just like in survey 1 to 3, where you can choose the type of attribute you want your question to be stored as. So whether you want it stored as a string, as a geometry question, based on how it's collected, it's stored in that just as that same attribute. So you can create your form that's attached to your field map, and it allows you to design your form just as you would in any other feature layer.
So Amanda is asking, so is it easy for a non-technical person to gather this data?
Yes, field maps and survey 1 to 3 are very easy to use. You can teach your field data collection team to use them very quickly. as an ArcGIS user, you can also access the free training and resources that ArcGIS has available to teach you how to create, publish, and use your field maps, dashboards, or survey forms.
All right, so let's revisit Elton's question. His question was originally, do you have examples of the use of multidimensional data in these apps, or can multidimensional data be integrated in the apps? So he has clarified, and he says multidimensional data such as sea temperature data sets that have many layers of the sea temperatures from various time periods.
Oh, okay, I understand. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Elton, you can integrate that data, multidimensional data. It can be integrated into your dashboards. It's really a matter of how you configure your elements into your dashboards. And yeah, you can do just as the example I showed from FEMA. What they have there is that they actually have historical data going back like about 20, 25 years that's available from different sources. So you can integrate it into your dashboards as well.
I had a question about accessing and whether or not this webinar is recorded. So yes, everybody, all the spatial webinars are recorded, and they're made available on the Spatial YouTube channel. Also, the link for this recording will be sent out to all the attendees later.
We will include some additional resources when we send out the link for the recording.
Webinar. Okay. What are the best ways to add features to a map? Because I think the interactivity and the ability to show customized information is one of the attractions of using these applications, correct? So what's the best way to add features to a map?
Yes. No, you can add features to a map either using the map viewer, which is the web application, or you can use your ArcGIS Pro desktop application. It depends on the preference and skill level of the person creating the map, and the extent to which you want to customize the display of that layer or the visualization of that information. ArcGIS web map viewer, in terms of the web application, does have a lot of functionality now. If you are versed in using Arcade or Python, it allows you a lot of functionality now, more than in past, in terms of styling and customizing how your feature layers and your work in your map and how you can use them in your map. And of course, ArcGIS dashboard has a wide range of functionality in terms of customizing and adding data to your map.
Thank you. So what's the difference between features stored in the map and features stored in an ArcGIS server feature service layer?
It's really a matter of where your information is being pulled from.
Okay.
Yeah. The information stored in our web map is stored in the cloud, in your ArcGIS cloud. Although you can pull information from your servers in as well. And with ArcGIS Pro, you can pull feature services from your cloud in as well as from your servers and other sources.
All right, so we have another question coming in. This is from Debian. Do these applications allow you to add pictures as part of the data collection?
Yes. they do both Survey 123 and field maps allow you to collect photos, videos, audio files as well, and allow you to do markup on your map or your survey form. So you can collect single photos, or as I mentioned in the presentation, you can do what's called repeats, where you can collect multiple photos of a particular asset or observation.
All right. And it's pretty easy to add these enhancements.
Yes. Yep. In Survey 123 specifically, you can add photos in the web map. It's just a drag and drop. You can drag and drop the selection for your photos or your media, and it can also be added in Survey 123 Connect and stylized to appear how you want it to, whether you want to adjust the size of the photos that your user is allowed to collect, or you want to adjust how many photos they can collect. You can adjust those as well.
And like you can have a color scheme. Can you?
Color scheme. Well, I think I haven't tried it myself. I can see that. But you can adjust how long you want. For example, videos. If you're collecting videos of a particular asset, you can adjust the length of the video file. You can adjust the size of the photo. You can put prompts for your user to tell them how, if you want to take, let's say you want to take photos from different angles, you can put prompts to guide them as to how you want them to collect that information.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll wait like a few more minutes to answer any other questions that attendees have. I have a question here. Where is the data stored during field collection with field maps or survey 123?
Oh yes, that was the question from them.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Well, you've covered them. Yeah. Sorry. All right. So all right, Julia has a question. So he says that you made mention of real time. With these real time instructions, all right, update instructions on the fly or on the go. That's what you're talking about when you say real time.
Right. So I gave an example of using real time camera feeds, for example, and even AVL information. You can customize how that updates. So if you want to have a continuous live stream, or if you want to set it to refresh at specific intervals, you can do so when you are creating your dashboard as well.
So definitely as the updates happen, the changes are reflected.
The changes are reflected.
All
so
right.
As I mentioned, in terms of setting the refresh intervals in your dashboards, that has a significant influence on how that information is seen in real time.
Okay. Elton is asking, he says that he has an ArcGIS for personal use license. Does he get survey 123 connect with that?
You have an ArcGIS
personal use.
He has a personal use license.
Use license, okay. Yeah.
So your personal use license will give you access to Survey 123 Connect as well as Survey 123 web application.
Okay. All right. All right. We have a few more minutes, so we'll see if anybody else wants to ask a burning question. Debbie is asking, Kevin, can there be multiple users of the application in the field at the same time?
Yes, you can have as many users in the field as you need. There are some limits on using the same license though. So if you
Okay.
have the same if they're using the same named ArcGIS online license, I think you can probably have 2 or 3 persons using it at the same time. However, that can create a bit of confusion. But I can give an example from the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service, where they use Survey 123 to enable members of the public to submit land development approval applications, and they received dozens of applications at the same time, and that is set for use on the web browser. Their personnel also use Survey 123, as you saw, in fire hydrant field data collection and inspections. And at any given time, they would have about 10 to 15 persons in the field doing data collection at the same time.
And it works.
It works, yeah.
All right, excellent. All right. Waiting to see if there are any other questions that will come through for you, Kevin. All righty. Kevin, I think your introduction and explanation of the applications was pretty good. So we don't have a lot of questions coming through. I noticed people wanted to learn a lot about how the licenses function. So I think you'll be getting a lot of queries about the acquiring license and how these licenses can be applied to the workflows of organizations.
Yes, we are always ready and willing to answer any questions. So let me just put back up that contact information slide. So you can reach out to us at Spatial Innovision, or you can shoot us a call or an email, and we'll always be willing to answer any questions you have on how to make more efficient use of these applications in your business processes.
Okay. All right. I don't see any other questions coming in, so I think this is where we will leave the discussion this time. Thank you for a very informative presentation, Kevin. Kevin has shared his contact details on his final slide, so we look forward to hearing from you. Please access the recording of this and previous Spatial monthly webinars from the Spatial YouTube channel. And thank you for joining us today. And we hope to have you join us at the next scheduled Spatial monthly webinar. See you then. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. Bye, Kevin.